My name is Dr. Barya Emmanuel from Uganda, East Africa. My passion is in community empowerment, personal development, and environmental conservation. Today, I'll be sharing with you about my project, which I started after my PhD a few years ago in beekeeping. Why beekeeping? I spent my first 12 years of life in the rural community. So I have first-hand exposure into the villages of Uganda and of course in the middle of Africa. So I got exposed to bees. My exposure to bees happened at the age of 8 to 12 when I would escort my mother to go and harvest honey in the wilderness. That wasn't easy. We would spot the bees during the day and time the season and go in the night and harvest the bees. What was the challenge or what was the lesson? I really paid a lot of attention to the bees and tried to understand how these bees are collecting honey or making the honey. And definitely that was a very good experience for a young kid. Fast forward, I have finished my PhD and I need to find something I can do. I need to empower the community. Since that is my passion, to empower the community, I had to look for a project. And I landed on this project called beekeeping. It's really such a sustainable enterprise. Yes, of course. I started a project, a pilot, and I was able to engage my community, the villagers, and train them into this activity called beekeeping, with an ambition to improve household incomes. So why beekeeping? Is it worth it? I think it is worth it. In the community where I started it, which is called Mbarara, Kashali, most of these villagers are dealing in cattle keeping. However, there are others who are in crops, and many of them, they cannot get enough money to take their kids to tertiary institutions. Thank God the government can take a child from primary school to secondary school in such communities. But what happens after? Kids are not able to proceed with their studies because their parents cannot afford tertiary education. Now, my ambition is bring another arm of income into this family. And which arm is that is sustainable and affordable? Then I look at beekeeping. Beekeeping does not need a very big chunk of land, like as opposed to cattle rearing. All you need is a very small piece of land. You can even borrow it, you can even rent it. It doesn't even have to be yours. Anybody can allow you to put beehives in the forest. All you need is the idea. And I went with that to these communities. So far, I have worked with over 10 families and over 100 people. People do not understand the impact of beekeeping, and the reality is that beekeeping as a sustainable sector of agriculture can actually bring so many people, especially in the rural communities, out of poverty. Out of poverty doesn't mean that you're not going to build a very big house or anything, but at least you are able to send your child to school, especially tertiary education, which is key in community development. How do I discover this? I notice that if someone has 100 beehives, especially modern beehives, the kind of money they can get out may beat someone who has a bus on the road. Is that true? Subject to research. But in my opinion, since you don't need land, the risks of keeping bees are lower than, say, a moving object like a vehicle on the road, a motorcycle. Chances of losing money are minimal. But bees also contribute a lot on medicine. It means that if you're consuming honey, chances are you're going to be healthier. Is that enough? Someone will ask me. Bees are major pollinators in terms of sustaining the environment. They are the major pollinators in society. They can, if you have a mango tree and there are no bees or other pollinators to come and pollinate your mango tree, chances you will not have mangoes in your compound. And put it on a large scale. So each and every person need to put hands together and at least have a beehive. Now, for us, what we're doing is increase or protect the bees. If you have 100 beehives, it means that they're going to be colonizing all the time and creating more and more and more and more and more beehives. So in my investigation, I noticed that beekeeping is a sustainable sector of agriculture that we need to give a hand. It is at this stage that I would like to invite any person. You can be an international organization, a local organization, a government, anybody who is having a heart to support communities in the sector of beekeeping. Come and join us. My vision is to reach to 10 million families in Uganda so that they take up the arm of beekeeping as their additional arm of income. And if this is a success, definitely we are going to see happy people with smiles. Once again, my name is Dr. Barya Emmanuel, based here in Uganda.